we are envious of each other.
Why?
It's just, I guess, natural. I guess maybe that's what the white people back that came to Africa did to us. They messed with our minds psychologically. They told us not to love each other. I guess that's what it is. We don't love each other. We don't want to give opportunity to each other. I might be wrong, it's not everybody, but we don't want to give opportunity to each other. I can see an opportunity, but I might not give it to you because I'm afraid that you're going to be big and show off to me. Full time, I started driving a taxi full time.
Oh, you started driving?
So I quit my job. I did telecommunication engineering when I was in Malawi.
Okay.
That was my profession. So now Fuse is international Fuse. It's not for Africans, it's international. So it's for all the diasporas. Wherever you're from, you can come there. Because what we do is, like, if you're from Turkey, we can play. If you're hanging out, we can play your music. So you don't have to be from Africa. But people may be confused, just it's an African place. Technically, it's an African place, but it's international. It's for everybody. As big as the community is, why we don't have a place where we can call our place, a home that we can go and hang out? Because now all these bars here are, owned by people from here.
Yeah.
Most of the time you can't go there and say, oh, I want to play African music. They won't let you do that. Most of the time you feel unwelcome when you go to places like those. That's one of the things will be exciting. When that question you was asking about excitement, it was just the weather, winter. And then it wasn't that thing that would bother you a lot, because it was like, is this snow? This is, it's cold. But if it had bothered me, I would have moved from here. But it doesn't bother me. I'm still here and I like it here.
How did you feel? Your family?
I felt complete. I felt complete because.
Welcome to Rwanda Abroad. Today we have a special guest. His name is Duncan, and we want to know more about him, about his business, about life in general in America. So welcome to our YouTube channel, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you.
So what's your name? Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Duncan Chalulu. Also known as the General. My nickname is the General. Yeah, I'm from Malawi.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does Chalulu mean?
I don't know. It's my, where my dad is from. The eastern part, I think. I think it's the eastern part of Malawi. He's the Lomwe tribe, so I don't really know the meaning of the name Chalulu. Also,
he has to deal with the region where you come from.
Yeah, that's where the tribe, most of the tribe are from. Like, my daddy was from there, so the Lomwe tribe is from that part of Malawi. Okay. Yeah.
So, what about your family, or like, do you have kids? Where do you live?
Yes, I have 4 children. My wife, she came with me from Malawi, and they're all here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in South Bend? That's the question people ask me when I'm driving. I turn it back to you.
Okay. So most of the time people will end up where somebody they know is or was. So I ended up here because when I was coming from Malawi, the only person I knew lived in South Bend. He was going to school here, so I came here because he was living here.
Right.
So I've been almost everywhere, maybe 45, 46 states. And I chose to be here. I love South Bend more than anywhere else.
So did you travel to other states?
Yes, I've been to over 45 states.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Driving?
Most of them business, most of them working. When I was working, I was posted to other places, other states, cities. But most of them also for business purposes, business trips.
Okay.
And vacation on top of that too. Some are vacation, some are businesses, some was work. So with all that experience, I choose to be in South Bend. I think South Bend is the best city for me. Yeah.
So I saw a lot of Malawians. I met a lot of them here in South Bend. Is it true that there are so many Malawians in South Bend?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
Yeah,
you have a large and big community?
Very big. I think it's one of the biggest communities in the U.S. Malawians should be in South Bend right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But there's also reasons for that. Most people doesn't know why people are here. It's not only Malawians, Rwandans, Mexicans, other nations. Most of them are here in South Bend, but people doesn't know why they're in South Bend.
Why?
Because Elkhart used to be one of the top, no, it was the second growing economy in the whole US. So to live in this area, it's easy to get a job, a good paying job. So that's why people flock into South Bend, Mishawaka, Elkhart area. That's why people live here, because it's easy. You can come from home and come here. It's easy to, to start a life. It's not that hard. So there's so many foreigners. It's not only Africans. There's so many foreigners around in these areas.
Okay. But for Rwandans, we have another state called Maine. So we have a big community in Maine. So, yeah, I don't know. But Malawians, they say here they have a lot of...
No, they're everywhere. But when you look at bigger community, then South Bend is one of them. There's so many Malawians in Seattle now. There's Malawians in Texas. There's Malawians in New York. There's Malawians in Indianapolis. But the bigger ones here, South Bend.
Okay. So, Duncan, when did you come in the U.S.?
I came in 2001.
2001?
Yes.
So, what was your first experience? February
2001.
2001.
My first experience in like what?
Like, you've been dreaming about America, or...
No, the funny thing, I never dreamed about America. That was the funny thing. I never dreamed about America, so it wasn't like something that I've been looking forward to go to for a long time. No, to me, it just happened that I just decided, you know what? Somebody I was hanging out with one of my buddies back home, and he told me about America. Then, matter of fact, that's his brother that I came here to. But he was just telling me about America, and I was like, oh, maybe I can try that. The reason why I was trying that, it was, I was trying to run away from my responsibility. Not run away, but be able to take care of my responsibilities. Because I'm the firstborn of a family of 7. And my daddy died when I was 16. And my mother wasn't working. So immediately, when I turned 18, after I finished secondary school, I got a job in the telecommunication, Malawi Post and Telecoms. But the money wasn't enough because I had to take care of 6 other siblings and my mother. So when this idea of America came, and the guy was explaining, oh, you can make $1,000 in a week. And I'm looking at it, I was like, oh man, I can be able to take care of these people back home, So I didn't think about it for a long time. I went and, do what I gotta do. And maybe not even 6 months, maybe 5 months down the line, I was here. So it's just something that just happened that I ended up here. But it's also been a blessing because I was able to take care of everybody back home. All my siblings, extended families, everybody, just for me being here.
Okay. So have you traveled before to other countries or?
No.
So that was your first trip?
Yeah.
So how was in January?
You mean like when I was in Malawi?
Yes.
Yes, I've been to other countries. Yes, I've been to Mozambique. I've been to South Africa several times. I've been to Swaziland. I was in, of course, if you're going to South Africa, you pass through Zimbabwe. But I've been to Botswana for like over a month. I've been to Lesotho.
Okay.
I think those countries that I traveled when I was Africa before I came here.
So how was your first experience coming to America? If you still remember, like, this shocked me, or this was this time, and...
I can't really, the excitement was there, but it wouldn't be something that I can sit and recall here what I was excited about. I had a mission that I had to do. So most of the time, it was just for me fulfilling my mission that I can take care of the people, And when I got a job with the little money I was getting, people wasn't getting that much money like the way it is now. It was getting like $250 a week, but I gotta, take care of people at home, send it home and do all that stuff.
Was it hard, like life, living, struggle, everything?
I would say yes. It was harder, but better than where I was coming from. Yeah.
Did you face those challenges like for the first the foreigner coming in America, like where to live?
No,
Food?
I didn't have a problem because when I came to my friend's brother.
Okay.
So he kept me for I think like 3 months. Then I got my own apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment. Then my wife followed me and came here with my kid.
Okay. Yeah. So what about the weather and the food?
That's one of the things will be exciting. When that question you was asking about excitement, it was just the weather, winter. It wasn't that thing that would bother you a lot because it was like, is this snow? This is it's cold. But if it had bothered me, I would have moved from here. But it doesn't bother me. I'm still here and I like it here.
Yeah. Okay. Then your family joined you later. So how was it? How did you feel like your family?
I felt complete. I felt complete because now most people, when you come from home and you leave somebody there, it's just harder because it's like you're living in two places.
Right.
But when she came here, I was complete. I had my kid and I had her here, so it was complete. I had to take care of my mother, but it was different, but I felt complete.
Okay. So when I came here, I found you had a garage, how do you call it, body shop?
A car garage, yeah. Repair shop.
Repair shop.
Yeah.
So, and you had a restaurant. Let's dive in. How did you start a restaurant? How did you think about a garage? Did you have them back home or was it?
No, I never had it home.
So how did you
I've always been a grinder. So it's been businesses in phases what I've been doing. Even the time I was working, I was still doing some other side hustles. So then I think in 2008, I had a goal. When I first came, I started working. Then I saw the opportunities in this country, and I kept telling myself that I'm going to stop working when I'm 28. When I'm 28 years old, I'm going to stop working and start doing my own thing. It never happened. When I'm 29, I think I stopped working when I was 31. Okay. That's when I stopped working for anybody, like to go look for work and start doing my stuff. If my math is right, but I stopped working in 2008, and it's been good since then. I mean, it's been hard, but overall, it's been good. It's been different type of businesses and stuff, but it's just been growing,
So how did you start or what did you do after you stopped working?
So when I stopped, the first time I stopped working, like to just dive in full time, I started driving a taxi full time.
Oh, you started driving?
So I quit my job. I did telecommunication engineering when I was in Malawi.
Okay.
That was my profession. So I was working here. I worked for factories before. Then my last job was with a company that was had a contract with Comcast. So we was doing cable, internet, and phones. And I ended up being a trainer in that company. So what they were doing is like when they open up another company, let's say in Philadelphia, another shop in Philadelphia, another market, then they'll send us to go to Philadelphia and train the staff there for 4 months until those people are able to be on their own. So I've been with that company, I've been to Philadelphia, I've been to Minnesota, I've been to Seattle, I've been to Kalamazoo, and I've been to Pittsburgh somewhere. That's the last job that I did because I was just tired of traveling. I'll go and stay 4 months. My kids are here, my family is here. And I'll go, of course the money was good, but then I came back home and I decided, you know what, I want to stay home, I want to start doing business. I've been a businessman before, like all my life I've been a businessman. So I said, I'm going to start doing something on my own. So I jumped into taxis. Started doing taxis, it grew. I had like at one point I had 4 taxis, people working for me. Then at the same time I opened up a garage, a car shop. So I'm always busy. And on top of that, I buy things and sell. So it's just going.
the taxi was the Empire. What's the name again?
We was driving under a different company, but I ended up at the end. I ended up buying Empire taxi.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah, I bought it. So Empire was mine. It's still mine. It's still my company because now I have Empire buses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you drove for them, then you bought it, or
No, I wasn't driving for them. It was some. I wasn't. So taxi business, you just lease a name from a company. So it's not like you're working for them, but you just lease their name and put it on your taxi, on your van to be a taxi. Mm-hmm. But then eventually I ended up buying my own company, which was Empire. Mm-hmm. From the guys that was, they were getting out of business, so I bought it and become my company. So it's still my company today.
Okay. So how did you start the garage? Did you start because you were driving taxi and you had issues with?
So the garage that I had, first time I opened a garage in 2004 with somebody else, but then we fell off. So I let him run the garage, but he didn't run it for a long time. He ended up going out of business. So I went back and took the building back and opened up my own shop. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so the one I saw was the second.
Yeah, that was the second time I had opened that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you no longer do it?
No, I still own that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still mine.
So do you still operate as like garage, or you do?
It's a garage.
Your own?
I do also my other businesses. It's like a home for my buses and stuff. Mm-hmm. My company Empire is the home for that. But I got a guy that works there, fixing cars and all that stuff. I do use tires all the time.
Okay. So what about the restaurant? The restaurant, if anybody comes here in South Bend, they ask me where can I get the African food. I say you need to go to Duncan's and Hughes. So how did you start it?
So the restaurant just came by accident. Mm-hmm. Because I wanted only to open a bar.
So you wanted to open a bar?
A bar. There was no restaurant on it.
Okay.
But the reason why I opened a bar, because this being an African community, there's so many people from everywhere. But we didn't have a place we can call our own place.
Right.
So as big as the community it is, not just Malawians, but everybody, all the Africans, as big as the community is, why we don't have a place where we can call our place, a home that we can go and hang out? Because now all these bars here are, owned by people from here. Yeah. Most of the time you can't go there and say, oh, I want to play African music. They won't let you do that. Most of the time you feel unwelcome when you go to places like those. Mm-hmm. So it was an incident that happened. Then I said, oh, you know what? I think I need to open up a bar. I just started saying that in my mind. I think I should open up a bar. Because as a community, we need to have a place where we can call home, where we can go in there and speak our language, do whatever we want. So I had a connection that I started talking to him and say, if you can get me, I'll get you a place. If I can get a place, you can get it. I said, yeah, I'll get it. So I had a couple other guys that I was talking to, oh, let's do this. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, let's do it. Then the place became available and we jumped into it. But eventually, at the end of the day, I was the only one who came up to do the whole thing. So when I look at the place, when I start cleaning it, I seen that there was a restaurant, a kitchen in it.
Oh, okay.
So my wife likes to cook. And I said, there's a place here, you can cook. But we have never run a restaurant before. So I also consulted another guy that did a restaurant before. I said, you want to go in and do this restaurant together? But he's been in there, he was been out in the restaurant business, he didn't want to do it. So we had to go in, me and her, just do it how we're going to do it. With no experience and nothing, and start doing it. But today, I think it's the best thing for this community. I never saw that. It's the best thing for this community.
So you've never done any business restaurant back home?
No, never done that. Never done a restaurant, never done a bar. I've learned on the job. I learned while doing it. Everything was learning process while I was doing it.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the reputation? What's the comment, the feedback? What do people tell you when they come?
No, it's the best thing. Like I said, it turned out to be something that I never expected. You know, like I said, it's a bigger thing in the community. There's people that meet there. They're married now. They meet there. They get kids.
Really?
They made a fuse. You know, one from this direction, one from the other direction. There's people from different countries that didn't even know that there was another person from their country. They meet through fuse, because when they come in there, ask where you from. You know, be like, oh yeah, I'm from Guinea, but I'm the only one in South Bend. And I'll be like, no, there's somebody else from Guinea here. There's somebody else from Guinea. Then come Saturday, I'll point somebody to you. Then I'll just point that to you. Okay. Yeah, so it's a connection. It's a hub for connect. You know, where people meet. Some people come, like you say, people just come in South Bend and they Google African place, and then they come to Fuse. They say, oh, I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from here, but I'm just visiting here. I figure out I should come here. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, where you from? It's, oh, I'm from here. And then I'm like, okay, there'll be people from your country here. You know, so people feel welcome. Notre Dame always referred us on their things that, oh, we have African restaurant too. When they're recruiting or whatever, they say, we have African restaurant in our city. Yeah. So you're not going to feel out of place if you come into South Bend. So it's working out better. It's something that I never thought it that way, but I had I heard a story. I got so many stories that because of Fuse, but I heard a story it's just one of the top stories that I heard about Fuse. If you get time, I can say.
You heard?
I heard it. Somebody told me.
Oh, you had? Okay.
Yeah, somebody told me about it.
What is it?
No, some guy from Kenya. He was in New Mexico. 15 minutes from Mexican border. He was in school there. And he didn't know any African. He didn't have anywhere to start from like African, but he started looking and he said he was just Googling. He Googled chapati, it didn't come up. He Googled samosa, then international fuse came up. Then he started looking at international fuse, following it. Then he told his wife, he said, when I'm done with school, we're gonna move to South Bend where international fuse is at. And he said when he finished school, he picked up his kids and a wife, get in a car, drove all the way to South Bend, like moving here, just because they saw that this is international fuse, it's an African place. Most likely we're gonna meet Africans there.
Oh, was he an African?
He's from Kenya.
Oh, okay.
But he was in New Mexico, never met anybody.
Ah, okay.
Came here and drove the kids, the family at the hotel, and drove by Fuse just to see, to make sure Fuse is there for real. Then he saw it. The next day he came with the kids and the wife and to eat, just to make sure that we're there. Then the same day I introduced him, I said, oh, you from Kenya? Yeah, that was from Kenya. So the first time he met somebody from his country at Fuse after he decided to move in this area because of Fuse. So that was just a powerful story for me.
That's great.
Yeah.
So they stayed here or they
live here.
They live here.
Yeah,
now?
they've been here for a year now.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah, just recently.
Oh.
They've been here for over a year now.
That's good. Yeah, that's a great story.
Yeah.
So how did you decorate the fuse? I think I will come and take some videos. How did you decorate the flags? Because when you come and
flags, I was open to, when I was opening, I was open to some ideas from people, and somebody mentioned that you should put flags somewhere. So I came up and was like, oh yeah, I think maybe we can line up flags here. So those flags represent anybody from that country that has been to Fuse. So now Fuse is international Fuse. It's not for Africans, it's international. So it's for all the diasporas. Wherever you're from, you can come there. Because what we do is, like, if you're from Turkey, we can play, if you're hanging out, we can play your music. So you don't have to be from Africa, but people may be confused, just it's an African place. Technically it's an African place, but it's international, it's for everybody.
So do you have people from other countries coming?
Oh yeah. So many, like, all those flags represent somebody, and I still got other countries that I haven't got their flags yet. But we have people from Turkey, Kazakhstan. I got one from Tajikistan, from all over.
Yeah, but that sounds true, because if you are in America and you are from, let's say, Kazakhstan or somewhere in Asia, yeah, you feel like lost in another culture. So if you feel like other people are meeting there, you can fit in there.
Yes. So that's what I was trying to bring, and that's what I brought. I brought the feeling of home. Because if I go to a place here in America, I walk in a bar, and the first thing I see is the flag of my country, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's true.
This is home. These people know about me. So that's what I did. If you walk in there and you see, you just from somewhere, let's say you don't know anybody. You walk in there and you seeing a flag from your country. Come on, man. And then you're just gonna be comfortable. You're just gonna be like, you know what? This is where I need to be. Because this is home. You can't see that anywhere else. All these other bars or places you can go to, you can't see it. But if you come there and you see your flag, the
next thing you hear your music.
Your music. That's what I tell American people. That's what our saying is. You can come to Fuse, eat African food, meet African people, listen to African music. You've been to Africa without going to Africa. You just walk into Fuse, you fulfill everything. Because you're gonna see the food, you're gonna try whatever you know, what kind of food is this? What kind of food is that? You can try that food. Somebody from Africa is gonna walk in. Hey, hello, I'm from Africa. You talk to them. You listen to African music.
And African language, if actual conversation, people talking in African.
Yeah, so you've been to Africa without even going to Africa. Everything else was in one place.
I've seen some white people eating fish or African food, samosa.
Yeah, so those also are one of the stories that we get. Like I said, there's so many stories that I can sit down and, you know, and talk about all day about the experience of people. We get people, like you say, white people, a lot of them will relate. They'll come there and they see the sima. Then they'll be like, oh, this is what I was eating when I was in Zambia. This is what I was eating. Because most of them, they'll come because they can't find it anywhere else. So like I said, there's so many stories that I can sit and just go on and on what people tell us about the place and the food. You know, one of them that is outstanding also is a guy came from Cincinnati. He's an Indian guy. He came with his daughter to play soccer here. So he came over, he Googled it and came over there. And he seen a SEMA. And he said, man, I've been looking for SEMA for a very long time. I said, why? He said, I grew up in Malawi. I said, you grew up in Malawi? He said, yeah. My parents are from Cyprus, but they were working for a bus company in Malawi. He went to St. Andrews, which is a school in Malawi. He went to Malawi when he was 2 years old until he was 13 years old. So he said, since then I've been thinking about SEMA because that's what we used to eat back then, but I can't even make it on my own. And he's been in the States, so he was probably 52. So he said they moved from Malawi when he was 13, went to Cyprus, then 2 years later they moved to America. So if you look at it, so he's been looking for SEMA for a very long time. And he happened to Google African restaurant, he see Fuse, there was SEMA, he came over and said, this is what I want to eat. And he started telling me stories about Malawi. So those are stories that we hear from people about the connection of my place and their life.
So without revealing about the money, but it looks like he makes good money and helps you. It became like your new career, the restaurant or the bar. So how is it? Is it successful? Is it something?
Every business is hard when you first open, but as you go on, I guess when you get used to it, it becomes easier. Restaurant business, they don't give you life. They give you a year. They said if you can make it a year or second year, then you're gonna make it. But most restaurants, they close within a year or within the second year they close. So I was also given that. I said, just get it a year. But this is my 6th year.
6?
And I'm just beginning to enjoy it now.
So how is it? Is it good business?
It's a hard work. It's hard work, but it's the main thing I'm doing. One of my main business I'm doing right now. So I gotta still do it, you know. But it's very hard. It's very hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need someone with patience.
You gotta be strong. No, you gotta be strong. There's a lot, you know. There's a lot to it. There's so many laws to it, you know, food and all that. So you gotta be strong.
Yeah, actually, where do you get the African food? in Chicago? Or?
African food is everywhere. It's not African food. We think it's African food, but it's not. This food is being eaten by everybody from all over the world. But they cook it different. But everything is there.
So it's the way you cook.
The way you cook it. That's why we call it African food. But there's cornmeal flour in every store here. Every store. There's greens in Skumawiki in every store here. The fish, all that, you know. But it depends how you prepare it. But the food is just the same, you know. Depends what corner of the earth you're coming from. Yeah.
Okay. So another thing I like about you, it's your lifestyle. I think you have a different lifestyle to other people. Some people come to America, then they get comfortable and they start living like the way they find American lifestyle. But I've been meeting you in the gym and doing some. What is your ideal lifestyle? How do you manage to do the hard work but still keep your lifestyle? Yeah, so since I'm growing up in business, I mean, I've been doing business, but since I've been growing up in business, from learning from other people the way they do it, the 24-hour day is not even enough, you know. So I always try to start my day early so I can fulfill the things I want to do during the day. But most of the time, I don't finish doing everything that I want. But like you said, my day always starts with the gym. I go maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It depends what time. But most of the time it's 7 o'clock. As we go into more summer, I go like 6:30. I'll be at the gym. Hour and a half, I'm out of there. Then I gotta start my day too. Start doing my usual runs. I open a restaurant at 12:30. So I go to the garage in the morning till 12 o'clock. I go take a shower, go to the restaurant, come back at 6 o'clock. If it's during the midweek, come back at 6 o'clock. Then, you know, maybe do some other stuff, maybe at the garage or around what I wanted to do, then call it a day. You know, I like to smoke cigars. I like to play golf. I also make time for those. You know, most of the time we don't open the restaurant on Monday, so Sunday and Monday, most of the time I'll probably play golf. You know, I'll find time to play golf. Sundays and Mondays, I'll probably play golf. Yeah. So when did you start like that lifestyle? Like when did you start liking golf?
Ooh, I started playing golf in 2003. I started playing golf in 2003.
They say golf is for rich people.
No, it's not true. It's not true. Golf here, you can play golf anywhere. You can go play golf anywhere for cheap. Yeah. It's not for. I mean, there's rich people. It's just a networking. It's a good way to network. If you want to meet people, that's a good way to network. Yeah.
So you started in 2003.
Yeah.
Why did you start it?
No, somebody just introduced me to golf by accident. You know, we just went and started hitting golf balls, and I liked it from there. Then since then, I've been playing. Yeah.
And you told me
it's one of the best things I ever did.
Sometimes you fly.
Everywhere I go, wherever I go, if I'm going on a vacation somewhere, it's golf. It's not even vacation. If I'm going to do something somewhere, I'm going to have my golf bag with me. When I'm done doing my business for the day, I'm going to go out play golf.
Okay. So you've been attending competitions?
We go out. It's not. I don't play professional golf. It's just pressure. So we go outings. You know, but you didn't call those competitions. We go outings of which they are competitive, but yeah. Okay.
So do you have people you play with here in the area?
Yes, I have so many friends that we can link up and go play golf with. But also, golf is a game you can play by yourself. You can go by yourself and play golf. Also, golf is a game you can go meet up with other people. You don't know each other, but you can just play golf. And that's how we ended up knowing each other or making connections and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. So how did you start working out, or when did you start
working out at the gym?
Yeah.
Whew, I've been going to the gym for a long time, but I don't go like that serious because I don't want to be that big whereby I can't swing my golf club. My golf is priority, so I just try to stay fit. I do a lot of walking. I do a lot of running, You know, I just came from a walk today. I walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're just trying to stay fit. We're getting old, so we're trying to stay fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't wear the regular t-shirts?
No.
Why?
It's just like you said. It's just a class. It's just a lifestyle. I wear a t-shirt, but when I'm around home or when I'm just doing the simple stuff. But if I'm dressed up, if I'm going somewhere else, not nice. If I'm going somewhere else, if I take a shower that I'm going somewhere else, it's gonna be a button-up shirt. I got either a shirt. It depends. We're in South Bend, so we got different weathers. If it's summertime, whether maybe polo shirts or short sleeve shirts, something with a collar and buttons. And I wear that. I'm not gonna go hang out with somebody in a t-shirt. I'm not gonna do it. I always have a watch. I guess it's just a lifestyle, like you said. I'm not in Malawi anymore, whereby it's hard to buy clothes or shoes. Nah, I'm here. I can wake up today. I need that shoe today. I go buy it. I need that shirt today. I'll go buy it. Tomorrow I need something else. I'll go buy it. So I can create a lifestyle. When I was growing up, I used to wear Nikes only. Nike sneakers. I was like, I'm not gonna wear anything else. I wear Nike sneakers. I love shoes. I grew up with no shoes, so shoes was just one of the hardest things to have when I was younger.
Yeah,
I found out that shoes is something that I like so much. Like, I like shoes. I got a lot of shoes. Yeah.
Okay. So did you see, like, in America they don't like dress up, or it's my assumption? I don't know.
No, it's your assumption. It's the people. It's the people that you hang around with. So if you work in a factory, why somebody is gonna dress up when they work in a factory? But people do dress up. Only that we don't know, because maybe we don't come across them. But in offices, there's so many people work in offices. There's so many people who work in nice places. They dress up. Only that maybe us with our jobs, we can't meet them. We work in the nursing homes or work somewhere, we can't meet them. So it's not like they don't dress up. People do dress up. So
what about your cycle? How are they? Do they dress up? How?
Yeah, I hang out with different type of people, but most of them, yeah. I'm beginning to hang out with a lot of people that are up there, not on my level, or just up there.
Okay.
So most of the time, dress up. During the week, they got shirts on, nice shoes, nice pants. It's like I said, it just depends on the people you hang out with.
So where do you meet them? Those level up people?
No, you can't sit and say I'll meet this person here. It's where just life takes you. Here at the cigar place. Most people that comes here, they're just, big people. And you can't smoke a cigar when you don't know what to do. That's a $20 cigar. So you can't smoke a $20 cigar if you don't have anything, So most people that will come here are the people that everything is okay. So you get a chance to meet those people. I'm not saying I'm there, no, but you get a chance to meet those people. Sometimes you go play golf. You get a chance to meet people that you wouldn't meet in a normal life. In our life that we lead every day. You can't meet them. But if I'm at golf, I might be able to meet some people that they'll see themselves on the same level of me when I'm not on their level. So that's how it works.
Okay. So what are the other businesses you do? Probably, I don't know. I know the garage and the restaurant. What are the other businesses? Or
I have party buses.
Okay, party buses.
Yeah, I have party buses.
So if people have parties,
they go wine tours. Yes, you can Google it. It's there. They go wine tours and all that. They have that. I'm pretty much hustling. I do things that I see. If I can buy that and sell it for profit, I'll buy it and sell it.
Oh, you buy and sell? Where, online?
No, yeah, everywhere. So I buy stuff and sell them, fix them up and sell them. If it's cars, I do a lot of buses and maybe trucks or box trucks. That's what I do.
Okay.
I get a lot of people from Malawi, not now, but back then when people buying trucks, they'll call me and say, hey, I need 2 trucks. So I'll buy them trucks and ship it to them. Okay. Everything, yeah. I have a crane for sale at my yard, my garage, a big crane, construction crane. But that's what we do. We do anything.
Okay. Do you buy houses and sell them?
No, it's something that I'm trying to get into.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a project right now that I'm working on, So that's something that I'm start getting into.
So what is your advice to people coming, like foreigners coming to live in America, like coming from Africa like us, what is your advice to?
This country has so much opportunities. There's so much opportunities in this country. Only that we don't know. I'm thinking we don't know. Number one. Number two is that we also don't love each other. We try to block each other from knowing things. Other friends from other countries, they tell each other what to do. Us, we try to block each other from not letting anybody know what's the next big thing or what can you do. So my advice is that when you come here, don't be afraid, because everything is possible. Everything is possible. You can do anything here. There's so much money circling around. It's different from where we're coming from. That money is controlled by one government. If the government doesn't release the money, then you're not going to make anything. You can't do any business. Here you can do business anywhere. There's businesses everywhere. You can get a pickup truck and go in the alley and start picking up scrap. Somebody throw a refrigerator, throw any scrap. You can pick that up and go to the junkyard and sell it. That's money. You're making that every day. You can do that. So it's hard to start, but if you stay strong, this is a country that needs discipline. If you lack discipline, you're not going to make it. But you're going to have to be very disciplined, very principled to make it.
Okay, so what prevents us to be successful, like Africans?
Envy. We are envious of each other.
Why?
It's just, I guess, it's natural. I guess maybe that's what the white people back that came to Africa did to us. They messed with our minds psychologically. They told us not to love each other. I guess that's what it is. We don't love each other. We don't want to give opportunity to each other. I might be wrong. It's not everybody, but we don't want to give opportunities to each other. I can see an opportunity, but I might not give it to you because I'm afraid that you're going to be big and show off to me.
Okay. So I appreciate the interview. So hope we will have a next probably episode next time.
Okay.
Yeah, and good luck, man. I appreciate being positive and keep the mind straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Duncan.
All right, man.